Hi Scorpio, welcome to Saturn Secrets. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're a regular. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe for more updates. I do have a horoscope all signs video available on the channel. It'll be linked below if you want to look at that for your astrology. Also, I'm now taking bookings for May 2021 if you're interested in a private astrology or tarot or a combination of both reading. So Scorpio, let's have a little look and see what's going on for you in the tarot world. This season, May is, well, this month May, but Taurus season and Gemini season. So the month of May in general is very focused for you on partnerships and your relationships with others. The 7th house and the 8th house are very relationship oriented. Now, the funny thing about that is that you can still feel that opposition energy to any Scorpio placements you have in your chart. So especially if you're Scorpio sun, you may be feeling some oppositions from the sun in Taurus. And this can feel like a pressure in you to act, which isn't really what you need to do. The Taurus energy is about taking a slow and steady approach. It's not about reacting with intensity. It's not about making shock decisions. It's more about considering. It's more about responding, thinking about what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want for yourself, rather than feeling this sudden urgency. Your traditional ruler, not your traditional ruler, your ruler Pluto. Sorry, I can already feel Mercury retrograde kick in. Your ruler Pluto is going to be retrograde for the foreseeable, right up until October. And this is a time for you to lean into making smaller changes over time and see how much they transform you. I was actually saying in my community section and on Instagram that if you use this Pluto retrograde cycle to affirm to yourself every day that you're powerful, you will notice the type of changes in your life that you would like by October. It's a commitment, but it's a small commitment. And your small commitments are going to be your biggest blessings this year. Trust me. So let's have a little look at Scorpio in May 2021. Okay. See what we get for you. Underneath there's judgment. Pluto. What were we just saying? Pluto. Retrograde, this smaller energy, because Pluto in retrograde feels more subtle. But also, judgment is about knowing that you're on the right path, or that you're at least aligning with the right path. But to align with the right path or the right people or the right choices for yourself, you have to feel aligned with you. And Scorpios love a phoenix moment. Don't get me wrong, they love a phoenix moment. And as we move into Gemini season as well, that 8th house energy, Scorpio, is going to want to provoke you. Perhaps if things are calm in your life, you're going to want to generate some tension, some drama in order to have a phoenix moment, because you're used to doing that. And when things are calm, sometimes it can feel very jarring. If things are not calm, if you find your center for a moment and allow yourself to dream about what it is that you want to experience, you will find that, again, those smaller steps, those smaller moments, and even those smaller pauses will help you get there quicker. There's an element of trust here with judgment. It's about renewal, rebirth, and a new beginning. But with judgment, it means that the universe is on your side here, especially if you're struggling financially or you're feeling a little bit out in the cold. 3 of Wands, the High Priestess, the 10 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so for a lot of Scorpios, I have to say, this looks like a money thing or a career thing. But we will get into romance as well, don't worry. This could be romance. Okay. So Scorpio, a lot of you have definitely got something going on that feels incredibly challenging. Something that feels finished in your life. Perhaps you came out of a job. Perhaps you came out of an environment. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a group relationship, something to do with who you worked with, who you worked for, or who you were friends with, or something like that. But whatever it is, Scorpio, you're coming out of a period where you felt quite on the outside, or you felt like things were just strained. You felt like things were not working for you. You've had that 10 of Swords feeling of, when is this going to work for me? When is this going to work out for me? Or at the very least, you've realized with all the fourth house energy of Saturn and Jupiter, as Jupiter gears up to change signs now, you're realizing just how much you have been carrying a feeling of hurt, a feeling of confusion, a feeling of disappointment in some area of your life. Perhaps with that Ace of Pentacles at the top, it's that you wanted to have a purpose. You wanted to have a calling. You wanted to be at a certain point in your life by now, or you wanted something to take off quicker. You wanted something to be more successful. You wanted to be more successful. Whatever that is, Judgment is saying, do not worry. What I love about this for you, Scorpio, Ace of Pentacles is your outcome. There's an opportunity this month. There's an opportunity. Your miss was your mercy in some capacity. And I think for you, Scorpio, whatever your circumstance, it'll be different for everybody. There has been a 10 of Swords moment where you have just felt like, I can't take any more. I can't carry this anymore. I feel like the universe doesn't have my back. I feel like the set of circumstances I'm in hasn't worked out the way that I want it to. And that's not to say it's everything. That's not to say that everything in your life is in a 10 of Swords state. It's to say that there's at least something that you just want to see the back of. And this is fantastic, Scorpio, because when we have the 10 as the challenge and the Ace as the outcome, it means we have a new beginning that is more promising. And what I'm kind of getting for you guys is that whatever it was in your life that ended in the last 10 months to a year that felt like a 10 of Swords moment, it isn't part of the next chapter. It isn't part of this new beginning that is filled with promise and opportunity. Because the Ace of Pentacles, for those of you that are looking for a job change or an opportunity or a gift of money, or you're looking for a solid relationship, any of these things, you want something in this next chapter that you can build for years. And with the Judgment card at the bottom, that's perfect, because the very fact that you now know that you want something for years is your biggest hurdle overcome. And you wonder why I say that. Well, the High Priestess is here in the positive position, meaning that Jupiter moving into Pisces is blessing you with that type of power. She's the gateway to another dimension. She's the gateway to your shadow self. She understands the dark and the light can't exist without each other. And that in itself is a very Scorpiophonic thing. You understand the dark. And for a lot of Scorpios, what is so fascinating is that the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, your greatest gifts often come right after adversity. It's actually not uncommon for people to experience carrying a Scorpio child, whenever they're pregnant with a Scorpio child. Oftentimes something in their life can suddenly depart. It's just the Scorpio birthright. You often find that if you have had your heart catastrophically broken, you find the love of your life a month later. Or you find that just when everything seems to have gone wrong, you get that dream offer. You know what I mean? It's sometimes not even the universe, Scorpio. Sometimes that's just what you like. And you don't have to know that you like it. It can be a subconscious thing. Here's the High Priestess. But for a lot of Scorpios, what I love about the High Priestess and the 10 of Swords is that whatever it is that you've had right in your psyche, right in your soul, that has been holding you back all this time, you've released it. You've let it go, especially if you've been carrying it with you for a very long time. And if you haven't fully let it go, because letting go is a process, you don't have to be completely healed in any aspect of life, because life itself is one big learning curve, as cliche as that sounds. Nobody's ever 100% healed from anything they've experienced, because you start off your life in a very vulnerable state. So anything that happens to you can be a big deal. But you're in the process of letting go at least of some swords in your back. And those swords in your back are years worth of counterproductive but also self-sabotaging thoughts. With the High Priestess in the positive, you are overcoming your thoughts. You're overcoming your subconscious blocks, your psychic blocks, your third eye, crown chakra blocks. You're overcoming your fears of the unseen, fears of the unknown, and your lack of trust in the universe. You're being aligned with a very significant path here, a very significant new beginning. In fact, it's a very important new beginning. It's an opportunity for you to build something, be it build a relationship, build a new job, build a business, build a social media following, build a house, build a home, build a charity, whatever it is that you're looking to build in May, Scorpio, the universe says, yes, this is for you. And it's interesting how anytime there's a new beginning for Scorpio as well, the shift can very quickly focus for you onto what went wrong before the next phase. Sometimes a new relationship can bring up past fears. Sometimes a new job can make you question, do I really want this? Scorpios just have that digging nature, and that's okay. That's something to work with. It's something that you can use to your advantage. It doesn't have to doom you. It doesn't have to doom you to repetitive misery where you get what you want and then you look at it a little bit closer and you think, eh. But if it was gone and if it hadn't arrived, you'd miss it. You'd want it. Sometimes Scorpios have to imagine the absence of something to appreciate it. Let's clarify this new beginning and see what we get for the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio. Oh. Okay, yeah, you do that. Devil and the Two of Swords. You get very indecisive and very obsessive over new beginnings. You get very in your head about them. You get very fearful about them. You get very obsessive. And as I said about Pluto being in retrograde, the smaller steps, the smaller changes that you make for yourself, especially internally, Scorpio, and the way even, I must say, because it's in Capricorn, the way even that you communicate and you process facts, the tricky thing about Pluto going through the third is that it transforms your communication all the time, but it also has to make you very aware of the way you perceive words as power. There is a heightened sensitivity for you to words and what other people say. And sometimes you have to hear it, not respond to it necessarily right away, but also to consider how the words that have the most power are the words that you hear in your head, because those are consistent. Those are consistent. Nobody else has as much power over that than you. But this new beginning that's coming for you is one that you can really build. And it is to do with Pluto, because Pluto is sitting in Capricorn, which is that devil-like energy. Three of Cups. It's a celebration. Something to celebrate. Whatever it is that's coming to you in May, you're going to be celebrating with your friends, your family. Perhaps for some of you, it's an engagement. With that new moon in Taurus, perhaps for a lot of you, it's a new relationship that you can tell your friends about and you can say, woo. For others of you, it's going to be a job opportunity, some kind of accomplishment, something that makes you feel really very proud of yourself. Oh, hey. The Lovers. For some of you, it's love. And underneath is the Star. Provided you have that hope, that faith, and you're committed to healing all the time. And being committed to healing is working with yourself in those moments where you feel very overwhelmed and very fearful. There's actually, for a lot of you, probably a Saturn aspect to this as well, where Saturn is maybe making you feel like your third eye is blocked. So if you can do meditations on your third eye or your crown chakra, that would be very beneficial. If you want to go ahead and dye everything purple, that could work for you too. Whatever makes you feel as connected to the universe, whatever makes you feel whimsical and spiritual, maybe having crystals, maybe having candles, whatever it is that just connects you to that 8th house style energy, especially in Gemini season. But for a lot of you, Scorpios and Scorpio rising in particular, there will be a huge need to merge at the end of the month with the person you're dating, with the person you're in a relationship with the person you're married to. You want to create something together worth celebrating. For a lot of you, you're going to be socializing more with friends, introducing your romantic partner to your family, to your friends, whatever this is. There's a lot to celebrate in May. A lot to celebrate in May. If you're interested in the extended part of this reading, we're going to go more in depth into the energies presented in the cards. In the extended, we go into different decks as well, different oracle cards, what is happening with other zodiac signs that you might be dealing with, and looking at the astrology in depth a little bit more, Scorpio. So if you want to join me there, the extended is linked below. I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.